sorry about that. I believe I got that from Machzor Lev Shalem when it was online during the pandemic. I mean, otherwise I had one in my house during the pandemic and I copied it, but it doesn't look like that is a copy that I scanned from my copying machine. It looks to me like that was some of the online stuff and I just copied it. We're going to talk about Avinu Malkeinu in just a minute. The ever confusing Avinu Malkeinu, and I'll explain that in a minute. Give me a second. I'm trying to get organized and I can't. There we go. Okay. So welcome to Intermediate Hebrew, ladies, with Women's League for Judaism. You have come a really long way, and I'm really proud of you all. And I'm really happy that we are doing this together. So as you guys know, I've not taught this class before. I don't think that's a problem because I know your capabilities, I know where we are, and I know where we're going. So we'll be fine together. There are 2 other intermediate Women's League Hebrew classes going on this semester. And a curriculum was shared with us. I'm going to share my screen. We'll go to, I believe this is it. So this is the PowerPoint, Google Doc, call it what we want to, of the slides of what is suggested as the curriculum. So these are prayers from morning Shachrit, weekday morning Shachrit, which is what we will be doing, of course, when we gather for convention. And the women who are in the bat mitzvah class will be bat mitzvah on a Monday morning when we read Hebrew and when we do weekday Shachrit. So I just wanted to show you some of this we haven't done together before. Not surprising because we focused on the Shabbat evening and the Shabbat morning service, right? Some of this, however, I'm happy to tell you, you have done. Let's see, for instance, what's this? Chatzi Kaddish, of course, we've done. We haven't done blah, blah, blah. Shema and the various paragraphs we have done. I thought we did some of Micha Mocha when we were doing the Amidah, right? We did this, right? The Kedusha we've done. So this is why I told you I was so confident y'all belonged in this class, regardless of your own insecurities. Chatzi Kaddish, the Torah blessings, Ashrei, Kaddish Shalem. So we've done all of those. Elena, we've done. Adon Olam. So you've done a lot of this. So that's, I'm going to stop my share. So y'all belong in this class. And there are things that we will do that aren't in that PowerPoint. For instance, of course, we are starting with prayers in preparation for Rosh Hashanah. We will obviously continually return to Ashrei because I hope that at the end of this semester, you all will feel very confident in Ashrei, okay? If you have other things you want to talk about, look into, learn, let me know. We have time, I think. And I'm happy to add that, if you guys are interested. Questions?
Are you going to send us those curriculum pages and we'll at least go through what we haven't done?
I can. So what I've been thinking of, and you saw that I did that this week, was sending you what we're about to do just before we do it. So I won't overwhelm you and you won't, kind of say, but wait, I know you sent it, now I can't find it. So, so as I say, for the first couple of weeks, through Yom Kippur, I want to focus on prayers for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur in addition to the Ashrei. Okay, and maybe in addition to some other prayers from the Amidah or Musaf Amidah, because we do a lot of Amidah, long Amidah during Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, right? So, so anyway, but the answer is I'm happy to. I can absolutely send you that, but I figured I'd be, sharing my screen. Golly. So I have, where's my Lev Shalom? What does this book say? So the Lev Shalom books that we've been using, the red one, it's not a weekday book, it's a Shabbat, although Mary Ellen, when you go to Minyan on weekdays, they still use this book, don't they?
No, we use the
No.
blue Siddur Sim Shalom.
Oh, okay, fine. All
Yeah,
right,
we don't
so
use the rest.
fine. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the issue. That's what I thought is that, so yeah, Sim Shalom is the more comprehensive book. So what I was figuring is, I don't know exactly what books everybody has and how many of you have the old blue Sim
Page
Shalom.
188.
A lot of you have it?
I have it.
Yeah. Okay, well then we'll be able to refer to page numbers and not just have my screen up. So we'll figure it out, okay? For the Rosh Hashanah prayers, however, I do not have a machzor. Well, that's not true. I have a machzor. I have a very old machzor. This machzor says that it's copyrighted in 1951, and then I think this is a 79 version of, but this book is so, oh my God. For the last half hour, I've been looking for this prayer. I just opened the book and it opened to it, but I couldn't find it for a half an hour. How come it just opened to it? Oh my golly, kill me, but it happened. I got there, ladies. I figured it out. Look at that. Okay, fine. All right. Well, that solved the problem. But my point is about this very old machzor. There's no index. There's no page, finding things. I'm just literally trying to, and every page is just large block paragraphs of Hebrew or English and no notes, no nothing. And man, those were the old days, right? This is why Lev Shalem is just such a blessing of a book. So anyway, okay, enough of my rambling on about that. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be hopefully enlightening. And please, as always, ask questions, add thoughts. We're meant to be learning together. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about Avinu Malkeinu, the prayer Avinu Malkeinu. I just want to share with you. So this is from the Encyclopedia Judaica. Avinu Malkeinu, a prayer recited during the 10 days of penitence, right? And some synagogues or some congregations also recited on fast days. It was often recited on fast days. Each line begins with the words Avinu Malkeinu and ends with a petition. The number and order of the verses vary considerably in the different versions. Some synagogues, there are 25 verses, in Sephardic, 29, 31, and 32. In German synagogues, 38. In Polish, 44. Some 53. I mean, just it's all over the map. In some versions, the 22 verses are arranged in alphabetical order. It became the Ashkenazi custom to recite the prayer each morning and evening during the 10 days of penitence after the Amidah. The prayer is not found in the prayer books of the Gaon and Maimonides. The origin of Avinu Malkeinu is Rabbi Akiva's prayer on a fast day proclaimed because of a drought. Avinu Malkeinu, we have no king but thee. Avinu Malkeinu, for thy sake have compassion upon us. Other such versions containing some of the same petitions, but open with Avinu Shabashamayim, our Father who art in heaven, and they are still used in places today. Avinu Malkeinu now opens in the Ashkenazi prayers or books with Our Father, our King, we have sinned before thee, and contains petitions such as inscribe us in the book of good life, inscribe us in the book of redemption and salvation, inscribe us in the book of prosperity and sustenance. In the Nila service on Yom Kippur, seal us is substituted for inscribe us. And on fast days, remember us is used. Ashkenazi synagogues do not recite Avinu Malkeinu on Shabbat, since supplications should not be presented on that day. If Yom Kippur occurs on Shabbat, Avinu Malkeinu is recited only during the Ne'ilah service. Then they talk about in Spain, its difference. Originally, the words Avinu Malkeinu were chanted by the congregation, and the rest of each verse was recited by the reader, who could add verses freely. It became the custom for the congregation to recite the whole prayer in an undertone, except for some of the middle verses, which are repeated individually after the reader. In many congregations, the last verse is sung to a popular tune. The ark is opened for the prayer. The opening appeal to God as both our Father and our King expresses two complementary aspects of the relationship between God. Now, I like this description because I remember doing it differently as a child than how my synagogue does it today. And the doing it in the quiet mumble tones, except for at certain verses. And so I sent you, right, a document during the week. And I'm happy that some of you opened it and looked at it. Mary Ellen and I had a conversation when she was looking at it yesterday, and she was saying that it doesn't match the Avinu Malkeinu on page 124 of the book Sim Shalom. She's right. Yes, Sue?
I'm not sure. I have it on 188.
Okay, different version of Sim Shalom, I'm guessing,
Right.
okay? And and in my old Machzor, I'm looking at it, it's after the Amidah. Okay, and it matches, well, it starts out matching the stanzas in the Sim Shalom, okay, Mary Ellen? However, so I'm going to share my screen. Let me
I'm going
make
to
sure.
also say for Jalen in Lev Shalem, the Machzor Lev Shalem, it's on page 92.
Thank you. Hold on, I have to pull up the pages I want to share. What I can. Okay, give me 1 second. Ay. Where did you guys go? I lost you behind all the pages open on my screen. Okay, share my screen. Okay, all right. So you see I have tiled 3 different documents or, right, pictures of this prayer. So I believe I sent you, did I send you this one?
No,
No.
Oh.
Move it, yeah.
Okay,
The
so I
one
sent you
underneath.
This
The one
one
that starts
and
after
this
the
one. Okay,
reader.
so just this one? Did I send you just this one?
no, there's a second
There's
page
2
that doesn't start
pages.
with Avinu Malkeinu.
2
Good morning.
pages.
Okay, does this one then too?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the one on the backside is
Yes.
repetitive, starting there and then adds verse.
Oh,
That's
I feel
page
wonderful.
1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm surprised because I had
It's the
really
same.
good conduct yesterday.
okay. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna stop sharing and look for
No,
one.
I'm on
Hey,
online
Edith,
Zoom.
Edith,
I'm in a
Edith,
class
put
right
yourself
now.
on mute. Edith,
Okay. Fine.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to be sure if there's Avinu Malkeinu and Avinu Malkeinu PDF. I think I have them all open. All right, well, we're gonna find out. Okay, well, the thing I'm trying to explain, doing a very bad job of it, is that, believe it or not, these are all the same, they've just chopped them up into different orders, believe it or not, for whatever reason. So I'm looking at Sim Shalom, okay? Page 124. And you guys look at what I sent you. So Sim Shalom, it starts out, Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu Lifanecha.
Oh, God.
Okay, you see that on any of the pages I sent you?
Yep.
Okay. And then the next
Very
line,
top one.
say again?
I said you sent us the very top one.
Okay,
That one, yeah.
this one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but I don't see the line I just read.
Right,
is-
it's not in the book on the
It's
first
not-
page. No.
Right, it's not right
Okay.
here, right. So it's a different order is what I'm getting at. So here, if I go like this, hold on, make this one a little smaller so we can tile them. Okay, so,
In the book, it's the 12th line in Sim Shalom. Of the page you sent, the first line of the page you
Yeah.
sent is the 12th line in Sim Shalom.
okay, gotcha. So, all right, so these two, the tops are the same, okay? This right here on my left and this right here on my right, they're the same. And then if I pull up what's underneath it, these two, this on the bottom and this on the bottom are the same, okay? And these are definitely from Lev Shalem Machzor. And
Well,
But
I found one discrepancy between what you sent us and Lev Shalem.
okay,
There was just a vowel in one of the
Ah,
words. was
okay, well,
but-
that
that
could be that they, different
don't know.
printings, they either
Oh,
found
yeah,
an
that could
error
be.
or.
Different printings, that could
Yeah,
be.
that's totally possible. Now what I didn't pull up and I thought I had. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop sharing one more time. I'm looking for one other document and where did I put it? Here. There it is. Okay, now I'm gonna share again. I apologize. Share screen. Sure. Okay, so this document, this is not going to be easy. Let's. Oh, come on. Okay. So this is also from Lev Shalem, I believe. So
Oh, that's the alternative. See,
It's
go
the
down to the
alternative.
That's the one that's in Lev Shalom. See that first line?
Exactly.
Hataknu lefaneka.
Right. Exactly. But also it starts up here. Avinu Malkeinu, Aseh Lema'an Harugim al Shem Kadshecha. Okay, so this prayer apparently takes a lot of different forms, and depending on who's editing or compiling, they choose to do it in a different order, different piece parts. Okay, but that's okay. Oh golly, stop it! I'm trying to make. I want to get. So if you look down here, I'll make it bigger. Make it bigger again. And move us over. Okay. I hope it's clear now. So maybe we'll start with this simple part, what I consider to be the refrain. Avinu Malkeinu, Katvenu b'sefer Chaim Tovim. Avinu Malkeinu, Katvenu b'sefer Geula v'Yeshua. Avinu Malkeinu, Katvenu b'sefer Parnasa v'Chakala. Avinu Malkeinu, Katvenu b'sefer Zechuyot. Avinu Malkeinu, Katvenu b'sefer Slicha u'Mechila. So that basically means inscribe us in the book of happiness, of deliverance, of prosperity, of merit, of forgiveness, and renew our lives with a blessed year. So I'm trying to, I'm looking now in Sim Shalom. When I turn the page to 126, the top, Avinu Malkeinu, Zachrenu L'chaim Tovim, Zachrenu. Oh, that's what I just read. No, no, it's Kadvenu versus Zachrenu. So that's the difference I wanted to get to. So and this is what I was reading you in English. So here on Rosh Hashanah, at the beginning, we say Kadvenu b'sefer, write us, inscribe us in that book, right? There's also an alternate version, which is on the fast day, Zachrenu. Instead of the word Katvenu b'sefer, it's Zachrenu l'chaim tovim, Zachrenu. So it's just remember us for these things. So a little more vocabulary, Zachor, remember, Zachrenu, remember us, versus Katvenu b'sefer, write us in a book, right? So I just wanted to explain some of that. And then, so did I not? I don't know if I bothered to, here it is. So here it's at the top of the page. I'm looking in Sim Shalom, it's at the bottom of the page, but Avinu Malkeinu, Aseh L'ma'ancha im lo l'ma'anenu, but the refrain that we tend to sing, Avinu Malkeinu, Vanenu, Amen. Avinu Malkeinu, Hanenu, Vanenu, Ki Ein Banu Ma'asim, Aseh
Imanu,
Tzedakah
Tzedakah
V'Chesed,
Aseh Imanu, Tzedakah V'Hoshienu.
Right? So,
Can I
and
just say one thing? As where I appreciate everybody's beautiful voice, I need some help in understanding what's being read. So maybe you all can mute yourself until it's chorus time.
absolutely.
Thank you.
And I just want to, so let me see if I can make this smaller. So here, have mercy on us, answer us, for our deeds are insufficient. Deal with us charitably and lovingly and redeem us. So this is, the concept of singing this during the days of penitence and between Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, completing it at Ne'ilah on Yom Kippur is, this is our supplication. This is our forever plea to have mercy on us, answer us, for our deeds are just not sufficient, and deal with us charitably and lovingly and redeem us. Okay, so Barbara, you had a question.
I just wanted to say that because I knew this or I remembered it, but didn't quite remember the tune, I found a really nice one by Avi Schwartz on the internet. And I generally like how he does his things. He's slow enough and everything. So
Okay.
if anybody wants to hear the refrain there or whatever it's called, Avi Schwartz has a good one.
Okay, I'm writing it down and I'll look for it. Avinu Malkeinu.
And Brian Shamash has a good one too.
Yeah, that's,
Barbara.
I thought Brian did. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
But
didn't-
he's gone over to Apple Music lately. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Oh.
So, but he does have it on YouTube for free. So
Okay.
FYI.
I thought I was looking for it and for some reason I kept coming up empty. So,
I probably didn't even try to look for his because I've always liked Avi Schwartz. So
all right.
Mary
So,
Ellen, you have your favorite.
all right. So I'm going to close this one just because it's small. And I think I'm going to close this one because it's small. And so so here at the end of this one is where that's one of the reasons why nice and big and easy to read. Avinu Malkeinu, the last two lines here. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu Va'anenu Ki Ein Banu Ma'asim, Aseh Imanu Tzedakah V'Chesed V'Hoshienu. Let's start with that, ladies. I'm going to make this even bigger.
You
And
said
that's-
Aseh, but it looks like it's Aseh.
It is Aseh. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
I mispronounced it. Thank you so much. Okay. We're going to start at the bottom, okay, rather than at the top of this page. And I'm just going to pull it down, right? Everyone can see these last two lines? Okay. And Geraldine, the tune we sang, is that a tune you're familiar with? I think I lost you. Did she sign out? We lose her? Oh, there you
Oh,
are.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not really familiar with. I'm only from. Well, no, not really. Well,
Okay.
well, no, not really.
Okay, it's a very easy tune. And as I can excuse me, tell by how many women quickly chimed in, it's I think a very common, been used for generations tune. That's quite all right, though. We're going to start out reading it, okay? So we're reading these last two lines. And how about each of you read 2 words when I call on you, if that's okay with you. So we're right here. Mary Ellen, you're on the top of my boxes. Will you start?
Sure. Avinu Malkeinu.
Perfect. All right. Lenore, will you unmute and continue? Good. Right there. Chanein. Yes, stop right there. Chaneinu ba'anenu perfectly. Geraldine, if you would unmute. You could read
Ki.
4 words. 3 of them are very short.
Oh Lord. Okay, here we go. Well, I don't know. Ki.
Key.
Yeah. Ki. Ki. I don't know. Ki. Ainu.
Ain. Just ain.
Ki. Ain. Banu.
Perfect.
Mal. Si.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
I pull that mal.
So-
Mal.
So it's ma'asim. Yes, you're right.
Ma'asim.
Ma'asim.
I said sheem. It should have been seen. Okay,
Quite all right.
ma'asim.
Ma'asim. I'm gonna make it even bigger, ladies. Hold on. But
Okay.
now I have to pull
Oh,
it.
now it's off the page.
Hold on. I'm fixing it. I know.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay, but I'm just trying to make it easier for everybody. Okay, so we got the word ma'asim and now it's off the page, but now we're going to start here. Barbara, will you read 2 words?
Ma'asim.
Barbara, you're muted. I can't hear you at all,
I
Barbara.
did it and it was perfect.
Okay, do it again.
Ase Imanu.
Perfect, thank you. Lorraine, will you do the last, well, do 2 more.
Tzedakah v'chesed.
Beautiful, thank you. Okay, and Susan Steinberg, will you do the last word?
Vahoshienu.
Perfect, Bahoshienu. Okay, so let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger and I can get it. Now we can see it all, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
beautiful.
not sure.
Well,
Okay.
will you read the whole thing, please?
Yes, I will read, yes.
No,
So I'm
can we-
starting.
Let's all do it. I mean, why are you gonna do it? We should.
Well,
do it.
I'll just read it for fluency first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then if you all mute yourselves, because I can't mute everyone while I'm sharing my screen, then we'll sing it. Okay, but first, Marcia, you got here. Thank you. It's good to see
I'm
you.
on the phone. I'm not sure I can do all this, but I'm
That's
here.
okay. If
I'm
you can
listening, if nothing else.
Okay, and if you can see the screen, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to read it. Everybody mute, and then we'll sing it. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu V'anenu, Ki ein banu ma'asim, Aseh imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, V'hoshienu. Okay? So, let me just see if y'all are really muted. Yes, y'all are muted. Okay, so I will sing it and slowly, although I won't make it too dirge like it. We have to have some movement to it, right? Okay. Avinu Malkeinu, Anenu Va'anenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu Va'anenu, Ki ein banu ma'asim. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshienu. And ordinarily it would be repeated. Avinu malkeinu, chanenu va'anenu. Avinu malkeinu, chanenu va'anenu, ki ein banu masim. So we might stop there. It kind of depends on how much time we have and where we are in the service. So, all right, so all right, so now let's look at this version, this top part. I believe we normally start with this, again, because I don't have the whole book, and I didn't note the page numbers when I made these digital copies. And let me just see. So, Chachazirenu. I'm trying to find where.
That's that 12th line that I was telling you about.
Okay, on 124.
Yes.
Okay, 2, 4.
So the third one down in that
Yes,
second section.
Yes, thank you. I see it. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, if you're looking in Asim Shalom on 124, this is just below the middle of the page. Third line up from between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is the line that is at the top of my page right here. It's Ha-Chazirenu B'Shuva Shlema Lefanecha, which I believe is help us to return to you fully repentant. And then Avinu Malkeinu Shalach Refuah Shlema L'chulei Amecha. Send complete healing to the sick. So this makes sense. Shlach Refuah Shlema. So send Refuah Shlema, healing wishes. L'chulei Amecha. Okay. Avinu Malkeinu Zachrenu b'zikaron tov lefanecha. Remember us with favor. Zachrenu b'zikaron tov. Okay. Goodness before you is maybe a more literal translation, but sure, with favor. I'm going to look in my older version and see how they translate this. Here it is. Oh my goodness, it's a very different translation. Holy moly. Give me 1 second. So the same 3 lines that we just read. Hazarenu. Here it is. B'tshuva shlema lefanecha, right? Okay, so they translate, our Father, our King, cancel in thy abundant mercy all the records of our sins. Okay. Shalach refuah shlema l'cholei amecha. Bring us back in perfect repentance to thee. No, that's the wrong line. Okay, it's not lined up. So the first line, Chazarenu b'tshuva shlema lefanecha. Bring us back in perfect repentance to thee. Shalach refuah shlema is send a perfect healing to the sick among thy people. And the last one, here it is. Zachrenu b'zikaron tov lefanecha. Just also remember us favorably. That's interesting. Okay. So, okay. Katvenu b'sefer chaim tovim. So write us in the book of life for goodness. Avinu Malkeinu Katvenu B'Sefer Geula V'Yeshua. So is this, I'm just trying to find this. Oh, it's at the bottom now. Okay. Right? At the bottom. This just continues on at the bottom of 124. Okay. So Katvenu B'Sefer Chaim Tovim, which is goodness or happiness, a life of goodness or happiness. Avinu Malkeinu Kadvener B'Sefer Geula B'Yeshua. This says deliverance. Okay. Avinu Malkeinu Kadvener B'Sefer Parnasa V'Chakala, prosperity. Avinu Malkeinu Kadveinu B'Sefer Zichuyot, merit. Avinu Malkeinu Kadveinu B'Sefer Slicha Umchila, book of forgiveness. Avinu Malkeinu Chadesh Aleinu Shana Tova. Renew our lives with a blessed year. So I'm just curious, in the older book, assuming I can find it. Avinu Malkeinu
Hey, Rachel, it's Julia.
Yes. Oh, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, can I interrupt for a minute?
Please do.
Thanks.
Here, I'll
Could you
stop
take the-
sharing so everyone can see you.
Okay, thank
There you
you.
are.
Hi, everybody. Oh, I know so many faces here. That's nice. But for those of you that I haven't met yet, I'm Julia Loeb. I'm co-chair of the Education Committee for Women's League and a Women's League Vice President. And I just wanted to welcome you this morning. It's nice to see so many of you back with Rachel. So you already know that you're in good hands.
And we're missing some people. So I think virtually the entire class came back.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I know some people, well, at least one person told me she had to take in the afternoon.
Exactly. Sivian, I think, is in the afternoon, but she was always in my afternoon, but yeah.
Right. And I'm glad we had some trouble with some of the other Zoom lines this morning. So I'm glad that this is this is running correctly. But you know, as always, I just wanted you to be able to put a face to a name. And if you have any questions or problems, please reach out to me. I think I've probably emailed with most of you, but it's jloeb, Loeb @wlcj.org, or you can just pass it through Rachel and she'll get it to me. So I'm glad to see you're already jumping in with the Machzor and yeah, coming up on the high holidays. So I guess I will wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and a Shana Tova and enjoy the class.
Thank you, Julia. It's good to see you.
Shabbat Shalom, Julia.
Yes. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Yay, Julia. It's good to see you, my sister.
I'll see you in an hour.
Oh, golly. You guys are busy today.
That's right. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. So in my old Machzor, where I'm looking for these lines, I'm not finding them. Now, that doesn't mean it's not here. It's just not at this point in the service is what I'm guessing. I'm well into the 400s in my book here. So, but it's an interesting prayer that, you know, not surprising for us Jews, asking for forgiveness, asking for, you know, being remorseful and trying to include all the concepts that could possibly affect our community, right? Of including those who need a recovery from something, so, you know, all kinds of situations where we are asking for them to be thought of and continued in, you know, the next year for a good life, etc. But at any rate, you know, you'll see some version of this many times throughout Rosh Hashanah. And now I hope, and maybe read the notes on the, you know, in the margins, because I'm sure there are some. Right? Okay, questions about Avinu Malkeinu? Barbara?
I only have what you sent and the one in Sim Shalom, but I wonder the different times of day, are they asking for different things? And does that have specific meaning? according to the different times of day, like if it's a weekday morning compared to during the service or on Yom Kippur.
So if you give me 1 second, I'm going to pull up a screen that you can't see it, but I can. Oh, it's pulling up on my phone. So I sent this to Mary Ellen yesterday. So this is on Chabad.org. And they make a distinction so depending on whether it's a fast day, a public fast day, except the fast of Gedalia, they say, or it's between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and they have slightly different versions of the prayer. Beyond that, they don't. But
Is that because there are things you do and don't ask for on a fast day?
well, that's what I'm looking at right now. So here, on a public fast day, they say, "Our Father, our King, remember us for a good life." Why can't you say that every day? Remember us for redemption and deliverance. Remember us for livelihood and sustenance. Remember us for merits. Remember us for pardon and forgiveness. I'm looking. There's another one where it was just on a fast day. So on the other hand, non-fast day, we have sinned before you. We have no king but you. Act benevolently with us for the sake of your name. Renew for us. On fast days, instead of saying renew for us, they say bless us. I see the difference. Okay, for a good year. Remove from us all harsh decrees, annul the intentions of our enemies, foil the plans of our foes, wipe out every oppressor and adversary from against us, close the mouths of our adversaries and accusers, remove pestilence, sword, famine, captivity, and destruction from the members of your covenant, withhold the plague from your inheritance, pardon and forgive all our iniquities, blot out and remove our transgressions from before your eyes, erase in your abounding mercies all the records of our debts or sins. Bring us back to you in wholehearted repentance. So again, the debts, and I said or sins, they have that in brackets. So debts, I believe, would be not the fast day because you wipe out all debts, right? Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, you asked for that. Bring us back to you in wholehearted repentance. Send a complete healing to the sick of your people. Rend the evil of the verdict decreed against us. Remember us with a favorable remembrance before you. And then, of course, inscribe us in the book for a good life. Inscribe us in the book for redemption and deliverance. So all the ones that are inscribe us in the book. And then it goes down. Cause deliverance to flourish for us soon. Exalt the glory of Israel, your people. Exalt the glory of your anointed one. Fill our hands with your blessings. Fill our storehouses with plenty. Hear our voice, have pity and compassion upon us. Accept our prayer with mercy and with favor. Open the gates of heaven to our prayer. Let it be remembered that we are but dust. We beseech you, do not turn us away from you empty-handed. May this hour be an hour of mercy and a time of favor before you. I would imagine that is part of Ne'ilah. Do it for the sake of those who were slain for your holy name. Do it for the sake of those who were slaughtered for your oneness. Do it for the sake of those who went through fire and water for the sanctification of your name. Avenge the spilled blood of your servants. Do it for your sake, if not for ours. Do it for your sake and deliver us. Do it for the sake of your abounding mercies. Do it for the sake of your great, mighty, and awesome name, which is proclaimed over us. Be gracious to us and answer us, for we have no meritorious deeds. Deal charitably and kindly with us and deliver us. So,
and which version was that? Because that's not the one that they have in Sim Shalom.
Right. So this is on Chabad.
Oh.
So I don't know. I mean, they have a beautiful website, Chabad.org, and there's all kinds of things in it. So There might be something at the bottom of the page here telling me where it came from. It's in very small print. From Sidor Tehillat Hashem. I don't, so copyright Quixote Publication Society, Brooklyn, New York. So beyond that, I don't know. It's not a book I'm familiar with.
Rachel, I have a quick question.
Mhm.
In the Sim Shalom, page 124, underneath between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
Yeah,
Okay, like the first line after Avinu Malkeinu,
yeah,
it's Katvenu, right?
yes.
But there's a patak, and then the vowel for the E sound. Now, I
So,
don't,
so,
but on yours, there's not.
well, so actually, so there's a, right,
Under-
there's a line and then there's,
I think it's supposed to be connected, actually.
no, hold on, I'm gonna look at the front of the book and see what they say about,
Oh, okay.
because there
so-
are some weird. It's
You know,
so.
It's not a
hard.
trope. It's not a trope. It's both
Hold on.
vowels.
It's a kamatz katan. So,
Kamatz?
that, right, a kamatz katan, so it's a line with a dot under it, it's not attached. And what they're saying there, it's a new symbol introduced in this siddur to signify kamatz katan, pronounced O as in north.
Oh,
So,
What?
kot venu, I've always learned kat venu, not kot venu.
We don't say coat.
No, we don't.
No.
So, you know, whoever
Oh.
wrote this, that was the pronunciation they wanted, and they came up with a new symbol for it.
but I don't
Oh.
really know how to say north with a C. K, Korth.
I don't understand.
How
Say
would
again?
you, how would
But
you say
ours-
it if you were using the same O as in north? Can you say that way?
Well, I think it's just kotvenu.
Kut.
Kotvenu.
Kut doesn't sound like north to me. I'm having trouble, you know.
Well, you have to separate the O from the R in north to figure it out, which again, we're not linguists. It's challenging.
Yeah.
Susan,
In my Hebrew instruction stuff, the fat comets has always been O.
okay, and what's so interesting, so kamatz katan means little. Katan means little. So, and you're saying the fat one, which is the big one. So these are just pronunciation or dialect differences depending on where they are and who's doing the editing.
And
obviously.
I would, I don't think, well, I'm not sure that in Sim Shalom, there is a fat, the big one.
There you go. Yeah. So
And I was just, and I
More
wonder
of a
what,
Sephardic thing. Because all of the books I'm using teach Sephardic Hebrew, really modern
Right.
Hebrew versus Ashkenazi.
right. And certainly this Sim Shalom, I would have thought is of the Sephardic bent because of when it was published. This is a 1985 book. So Mary Ellen or someone else had something to add?
I was just going to make an observation because I had found Avinu Malkeinu on 124 and Susan had found it in 188. Mine's the morning version, hers is the afternoon, but they are it looks like exactly the same. So at least morning and afternoon of this
Yes.
are the same.
Oh, and I'm looking, you're right. I'm looking at that one now too. Yes. Barbara, you wanted to add something too?
I was just gonna say for Audrey, and I was here sending her
Right.
a message about it, that the O in north sounds like caught, like I caught the ball. So it's caughtaining.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I've never heard anyone say it that way.
In 124, it's not written that way. So
Barbara, does Ari Schwartz say it that way?
let me call him and ask.
We'll do it.
I'll check with Brian.
Whatever Ari wants is fine with me.
It's Avi, A-V-I, not Ari.
Ari.
So anyway, all right, I hope you found this interesting. I certainly, I was very confused and I was so glad that Mary Ellen asked me
I'm
um,
confused.
and forced me to figure it out more. But you know, I actually like that prayers can be reconfigured for different reasons, different times, different, and certainly, you know, just changing one vowel, not vowel, one verb from katvenu to zachrenu, right? Write us in it versus remember us makes perfect sense to me. And you'll notice that now that your Hebrew is better when you do things Rosh Hashanah versus Yom Kippur. The through lines are there, the same, we're asking for the same things over and over again. We're just asking a little differently, right?
Yeah, the closer it gets, the more we beg.
I don't like to think of it that way, but maybe we just get a little loopy. I don't know.
That too.
That, yes, toward the end. But yes. So I can't believe that it's almost 10 o'clock. But you know,
The other thing that they always said is that because of these slight differences, anybody could walk in and know what day it was by the differences that they're hearing. And that goes for every service. You know, what service is it? What time is it? What day is it? I think you'd have to be pretty good to know to know these.
well,
But in the old days when they had nothing better to do with their time, and probably all the yeshiva bookers, they have plenty of time to do this.
correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah, although, you know, on a similar vein, I really like that any of you now who you walk into a synagogue or a service that uses a book you're familiar with, you should be able to pick right up and join right in because of your familiarity with the book. And that was one of, again, my goals here, which is why I wanted us all to have Lev Shalem, because so many of the conservative congregations, right, are using Lev Shalem. And you, even though you're in a different synagogue, it's like, oh, but I know the book. I'm good. I belong here. I can do all of this. So I hope you ultimately will feel that way if when we get back to life is normal and you go in your travels, either to a bar bat mitzvah or, you know, whether it's an ufra for a baby name, whatever the reason you're going to another shul, you have that comfort of familiarity, at least with the book. All right.
Can I make an advertisement?
Is it a public service announcement?
Kind of. This is a couple of weeks from now, but those of you who are PBS members probably got your schedule, and you're going to see that there's a special about the U.S. and the Holocaust.
Right, Ken Burns' new 3-part documentary.
And I went on Wednesday night at GW, George Washington University. Ken Burns was there, and the other two people who have been doing documentaries with him, and they're both Jewish women, a lot younger, I would say. Ken and I are almost the same age. I think he's a month older than I am. And then there's another guy, an historian, who was featured in the special. And then I can't remember his name, but he is the editor of The Atlantic. And we were there for 2 hours. They showed 7 clips from the 6.5 hour, I think, special, and they were phenomenal. And the discussion was really very interesting, far-ranging, and thought-provoking. So you won't have the benefit of that discussion, but I really going to try to watch this one. A lot of his stuff I just find too much time, and not, not entertaining, more like going to school. But this one, I really think it makes you think about what the US did and did not do leading up to the Holocaust, during the Holocaust, what the various thought processes were, and how much the US really knew, which is pretty much everything. It wasn't, I used to think, we didn't really the US didn't really know what was going on, but that wasn't true at all. So I recommend it to you.
So I will echo that and amplify it. So it begins, I believe, on Sunday, the 18th in prime time on your PBS channel, and it continues for 3 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm sorry, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, excuse me. It's 3 full nights, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Also, last Sunday, this past Sunday, on CBS Sunday Morning, they did a story and interviewed, I believe it was Sunday morning. So if you go to the CBS website, and I believe look for Sunday Morning, you'll be able to watch the clip. They speak with Ken, and they speak with one, if not both, of the other collaborators, the young woman for sure. And she lost family in the Holocaust, but didn't appreciate how much family she lost until she started working on this, an entire line of her family. So I imagine, I agree with you, Audrey, that sometimes his 14-part series feel like it's too deep a dive. This one I think will be very accessible and very eye-opening. All right, ladies. Well, we're coming up to Rosh Hashanah, and we're going to feel it now that we're working on it. So thank you all for coming. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks for doing this, Rachel. And is Eileen still with us? Do you know?
I believe she is. She's
Okay,
registered
good.
for this class.
I think
That's
she
all I-
mentioned last week she wasn't going to be here. She had to skip this week. I think I remember that now.
Okay.
Yeah, and she may have sent me an email, but honestly, sometimes I can't remember from, Monday to Friday. So,
Okay. And just to confirm, I don't think we're going to miss any Fridays due to the Hagim, right? Everything looks open.
that's what I came up with. There are no
Okay.
Hagim that should interfere with this class.
Okay.
Thanks,
So
y'all.
we
And
will be
Bye.
able,
Everybody.
I won't blow the shofar, but we will talk about the shofar. If any of you wants to blow the shofar, bring it to class. At any rate, we'll cover it all. All right?
Okay.
I had a question.
Yes. Who? I'm sorry.
Jane.
Jane?
I had a question. Yeah. What was the name of the website where we bought the book? Because I would like to buy that Lev Shalom, the Maksur.
Oh, well, so you can get it from the Rabbinical Assembly website.
That's it. Okay.
That's the cheapest actually right now. You can also get it from Amazon, but it's a little more expensive and it's still not free shipping. So buy it from the Rabbinical Assembly.
Jane, if you get it from the Rabbinical Assembly, there's a way to buy it where you save like 2/3 of the shipping, because the shipping can be exorbitant. So if you run into issues, I will look up, I think I have some notes somewhere of how I did it. But just worst comes to worst, call the phone number on the website. Some woman should answer and she will tell you how to save on shipping. Okay.
Another thought is if you belong to a sisterhood, they may have it for sale in their shop. Ours does.
That's a good idea.
That way the money stays within the shul. So that's just a thought. They may or may not, but.
And the other is, I have this book, if somebody would like it. I'd like to send it. It's from my library, and I've read it and looked at it. It's the Jewish Manual, and it's a facsimile of the first Jewish cookbook in English, published in 1846. If anyone wants it, just send me your email, your address, and I'll send it to you.
Very cool. Okay.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom.